CartelGang-Encounter. So this all starts when me and my two buddies, me 19, and them 20 and 17, went to go fish off this bank on the river in the afternoon. The layout is that you drive over the levee before you drop down into a boat ramp/parking area right next to the river. We brought pizza, beer, weed, music, and of course our rods, hoping we'd just hang out and do some late night fishing. At this point we're all set up on the bank with our chairs and speaker, having a nice evening, and it's probably been 2 hours and it's 9 p.m. now. All three of us were feeling good with some beers in our system, and then we all of a sudden hear two cars with super loud music pull up and everyone gets out. The cars must have had 4 to 5 people in each one, because I heard a lot of people talking, but it was all in Spanish so I couldn't make anything out. We try to ignore it, but then it gets so loud that we couldn't enjoy ourselves, so we start packing our stuff to head back to the car and just chill out while we sober up. While we're gathering our things, we start to hear what sounds like an argument go down. We start to hear lots of glass shattering and people screaming at the top of their lungs. They couldn't see us, but they were basically no more than 20 feet behind our heads. At this point we're just keeping quiet, and then you start to hear what sounded like someone getting punched repeatedly, and then a loud splash into the river by the boat ramp and someone saying, "Nah, leave him," which was the only word spoken in English. At this point we didn't know what we just heard happen, and we didn't want to stick around and find out. The three of us trekked back up the steep incline to get back to the car, but as soon as we came into their view they all got back into the two cars and quickly sped back over the levee. Except we spotted one of the cars just sitting on the top of the levee slowly creeping forward. When we turned our car on, that car then went fully over the levee. We realized we were the only car left in the parking lot, and it was now pitch black outside, around 9:30 p.m. We sat there for no more than 30 seconds just trying to process what we just heard go down, and then we decided we need to get out of there completely and park somewhere to sober up all the way. As we're going over the levee, the road goes over it and then down and makes a sharp left. Right after we take that sharp left, our hearts drop when we see 4 cars lined up completely horizontal across the road, blocking us from getting through. There's orchards on our left and right, so there was no going around at all. At this point my buddy just gassed it straight towards their bumpers to try and split in between the cars and get out of there, even if it meant damaging the front end of his car. Just as we do that, one of the 4 cars slightly moved out of the way, creating a gap. We flew right through it and got TF out of there, and they were laying on the horn while we passed through. We don't know what their intentions were, but clearly there was 2 cars in the boat ramp area where we were at and 2 cars on the other side of the levee blocking the road from anyone else coming in. I ended up filing a police report just in case they really did dump a body into the river. It happens all the time here, but I haven't heard anything back. Definitely one of my most terrifying experiences. So to the 4 cars who may or may not have robbed us or, God forbid, killed us, let's not meet again.